sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. So you then like look at the dad's information and it says, okay, he was born in 1968. And so then you say, oh, it looks like your dad was born in 1968. You're just remembering details that you've read before. That's actually called a hot reading, which is even more scummy than a cold reading. Cold readings, you actually have to have some amount of... It's more of an entertainment thing, and it can be fun as long as you disclose that nothing that you're saying should be taken as true. As long, like you... I don't... Like, that's... When I do tarot readings, you know, just a casual mention that you should ask for a tarot reading if you're here. But let me know. Let me know if you want a reading. We're gonna keep trying to laugh at this video, but I'm just scared for people now. And there are plenty of tarot channels on YouTube that are live right now that are actively scamming people. Like, they're asking for money.
Dad was buried in a red shirt. Apparently it was a Red Sox shirt, and apparently you ended up taking it off of him and switching.
Do you think that using the word apparently makes you sound more legitimate? Because it does not.
Never been on live television before.
It out for a white t-shirt before you pass, because now you have that shirt. You can get those details. Not only why, because I'm learning the
what you're saying is not real.
Language, but number two, because the spirit can say that if you begin to understand how they speak. We need to stop.
I think it's really it's important to state that just the most simple thing ever is true here, and that's if you're making money talking to ghosts, then you should probably go to hell. I mean that figuratively, like, because I don't believe in God. Obviously, I don't believe in a hell, so I'm not telling you to legitimately go to hell. Don't go to actual literal hell, because that doesn't exist. You'd be in a void of nothingness. It's a scam. Nobody can talk to ghosts. Nobody can talk to dead people. You can't receive vibrations from dead people. You can't tune yourself to a frequency or interpret a language or anything having to do with ghosts. We don't even know that ghosts exist. Again, you're taking an existing framework of pseudoscience and then you're trying to build on that. You have to, if you want a good business. Now this is the old, let me change my hat here. Now I'm putting on my business hat here when I say this, okay? The best way to build a house is by using a stable foundation. Now I know that sounds like a construction worker to be elementary garbage, and true. But as a metaphor, it's pretty effective when it comes to pretty much anything in life. If you're going to build a business, and that business is in the category of businesses that talk to ghosts, you shouldn't be able to differentiate yourself from any other entertainer, I guess, is really what I'm trying to say.
Lowering the bar for all these people, or they need to stop being fucking lazy. If you pay more than $100 for a tarot card reading, I'm going to laugh at you. Remember, there is nothing spiritual about being able to pick up cards and put them down. People that are in tarot are going to come at me and they're going to be like, yes, there is. No, honey, I'm backing you up.
No, you're also scamming people, and you want exclusive rights to scamming people, and so you're trying to delegitimize other scammers. And it's an especially scummy thing to do, which a lot of people do it in the entertainment industry, like in Hollywood. It's pretty common to just like be super cutthroat. Like the person that you were having drinks with, even fugging one day, can turn around and just usurp a role from you or take a job or from you or something like that. Entirely possible, and I would say too frighteningly common. I don't know anyone in Hollywood. If you're just joining, welcome. Let me know if you want a reading. Damn wheel on my chair. Please, everything in my life is just a little bit broken. It's like getting a paper cut every day. Just always a paper cut there. Why are we going so hard on the music right now? Why are you hatting on tarot? I'm not hating on tarot. If anything, I'm hating on Christianity. Let's continue to listen to this person's scams.
Because you are the thing that is spiritual. You are the thing that the information is going to come through. And in fact, you are nerfing yourself by saying the only way I can get messages from spirit are by these 52 pieces of paper that are...
There's, I think, Something like 60 or 58 or something like that. Can't play copyrighted material here, man. Otherwise, I don't get to have my stream.
In front of me. You are nerfing yourself and your connection and what you can actually learn. I want you to expand yourself. I want you to stop using those physical items as a crutch. I promise you, you can understand it and you can get better and better.
No, first of all, being a psychic is not a real thing. You can scam people and try to convince them that you're a psychic, but that's not real. Psychic activity's never been proven. It's one of the things, again, that has come the closest to being proven, but we don't fund those programs anymore. It doesn't matter what kind of scammer you are, whether it's a religious person or a tarot reader or a psychic, it's all scamming. Nobody can talk to dead people. Nobody receives messages from dead people, and you certainly can't speak for dead people. There is no such thing as channeling. Oh my god, I have an eyelash, and it is in my eye. Stop messing with me, eyelash. Billy Eyelash. Spirituality exists in humans because that allows humans to huddle together with shared myths. Yeah, I mean, folklore is important for people because it allows them to explain things in the world that they do not yet understand. That's why, you know, we had to describe the thing that went bump in the night before we, you know, went out and explored and lit up the place, because you want to console yourself that it's something you know, because what you don't know is even scarier. You know?
Better and closer to what it is, and so that way you can enlighten more people. Let's not even talk about the fucking sticks or the frickin' pendulums. Those are all dummy.
Right, so the people who actually took the time to curate and invest money into a focus, a way to channel what they believe is the energy that they're trying to interpret, or to whatever the fuck scammers do. The energy and time that they're putting into curating these physical items is somehow less legitimate than someone who just goes, oh, your father speaks through me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're acting, and they're acting, but they're acting with props. One's more complicated than the other. So take that, non-psychic ass motherfucker.
Shit. All those people that are on live and they're like, no, yes. Do you see their hands move? Do you know when you hold those sticks and you barely, they move? I implore you, go on Amazon and buy those sticks and tell me how easy they are to use. You can get some for $9.99, honey.
Right. So now you're even just going into saying that you're going to expose other scams because they're scams, and this somehow doesn't delegitimize you? I'm gonna throw it out there that maybe it does. Maybe it simultaneously hurts and helps you at the same time. That's a one-to-one wash in the business world. Why am I so out of focus right now? Oh no, maybe that's my eyes that are just unfocused. Yep. If your burgeoning society has no shared tenets and identity markers, you can't build social harmony and rise above nihilism and self-gain. Well, one could argue that forming into a civilization in the first place would be how you overcome nihilism and self-gain. That's when you change from the survival imperative to be to group together into the survival imperative being to uphold society's standards, whenever they tend to form. But it's also borderline an argument for racism. So it's I mean, if you follow that to like tribalism, and then you say like shared identity could consist of skin color, amount of melanin in this, it could be an argument for racism, and I wouldn't support that. But there are definitely studies that have come out that talk about, you know, how not otherism, but how like in-groups are more paranoid of out-groups because of the higher increase that they perceive to be in crime and community instability. But it's fear. It's fear that's what the conclusion of all those studies is that it's fear of destabilization, not actual. It's not an argument for racism. No, I mean it can be. It can be perverted into one. It's descriptive, not prescriptive. Well, yeah. Evil can win from a game theory lens. For sure, right now we should focus on avoiding scapegoating minorities. Yeah, I would say that's the direction that society should head in, and not where we've been going. Most deaf. There might be some hope out there.
I'm tired of people
Not if people like this are allowed to keep scamming, though.
accepting that level of mediumship. It is so much more. And
You are not a medium. Mediums do not exist.
mind you, everybody can do this. Nobody has a
Nope.
special gift. Nobody is fucking cursed. All of that is crap as well. Don't ever believe that. But what do I know? I've just been doing this forever. I hope this
Oh, so because you've been doing something for a long time, that means it's legitimate. Everything you said was circumstantial. Nothing offers any kind of good advice or proof to anything. That is insane. Let's see. Does this person have a way to book? Yep. Want a session? Jesus. 3.3 million followers. And I what, on Twitch I think I just broke 160. My god. Do not pay for psychic bullshit. It is not real. It will either it's like so broad and can apply to anyone that you could either end up, happy or sad. Just don't pay for it. Just don't pay for people to talk to ghosts. If you see it for what it is, as just purely entertainment, then that's totally fine. And I think you can be forgiven for, paying for a psychic. Totally fine. But you really should only see it as entertainment. That's all it is. Nobody's a real psychic. Nobody's a real, tarot cards, they're real, paper and print and stuff. And gilding. Mine's special because it's a gilded deck. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those before. If I may flex a bit. Oh, look at that. Shiny, pretty, beautiful. I have no spiritual component in my brain, so I'm biologically predisposed to not fall for the spiritual stuff. It happens though, especially when people have recent trauma that they're trying to process. That's so the way that I advertise my readings is I say that, oh Jesus, I'm rolling backwards. Is I say that it's more of a psychological focusing tool for me. It is just a deck of cards. It helps me focus. Just like doing a journal entry could, just like talking to a therapist could, when they ask, what's been going on this week, or do you have anything to update me on? That's actually them using tools to help you focus on your shit. So that's how I always advertise my readings is I'm not spiritually doing anything. I'm not connecting to some magical spirit realm or anything. I am just simply helping people focus the thing that they need to be thinking, or focus on the thing that they need to be thinking about. Does that make sense? To me, the reason I have this deck is because I like to help debunk things in real time because it's fun, and because I think that the artwork is really cool. But also, I have it so that if I ever feel inclined, or if I'm stumped on a problem that I'm trying to deal with, or if I need to focus myself somehow, I'll just flip through, I'll pull a card and I'll look at the reading, and it may apply, it may not, but I'll be introspective. I'll be contemplative. I'll be open to focusing on a thought that comes up. So to me, I see these as a tool for bringing whatever's dwelling in your subconscious up to the front of your conscious, to the to the pro-conscious, to the anti-conscious, whatever. I'm trying to make up a word here, but it brings it into the forefront of your mind so that you can actually work on it in real in your reality right now. But we humans, we like to attach ourselves to things like symbolism and mysticism and the unexplainable and the esoteric because it's funsies, And I think it's when people start taking it serious and when they start basing their hope on these things that it gets really disappointing and concerning. Oof. And this person's just sitting there smiling. All the work they've had done, the way that they maintain their appearance, their nails, all this stuff, it's clear that their goal is simply to make money. Scammer. Scam. There should be I should have a soundboard, that goes scam. Don't judge me. Don't cyberbully me. I was cyberbullied within an inch of my life.
Ants on an anthill. Welcome.
I'm sorry? I'm almost
Sorry, English
I'm
is
almost at
not
the
my
same
first
height.
language. I am Romanian.
Then why doesn't it sound like you have an accent? Do Romanians... I'm confused. Don't Romanians, like, have accents? Monica Medium. Make your day. Romanian. Okay. I'll roll with it. I've never actually heard, I guess, a Romanian accent. Have I? No, yeah. That's fucking, Count Orloff, right? Right? Isn't that how all Romanians sound? Like Count Orloff from Nosferatu? Oh. No? Oh. Really? Oh. Oh, darn. Are you guys sure?
This time, February 2027. Before we start, I want to say this clearly. Prefacing here. I read energy from a bird's eye.
I'm
view
sorry, wait, did
perspective.
you say...
I'm not predicting
So this one and the next one will be the last predictions, they'll be the last predictions, and then I may have to do more predictions. But if I don't do more predictions, then I'll do some predictions and then I'll do some. It'll be the last ones, but it's the last ones on the list, and then I'll have some more. Okay, I'm already very tired. What's bad about psychic quacks? Well, they sell hope. As I described a little bit earlier, it's really bad to tell someone that I can, find your missing loved one. I can help you find someone in the spirit realm who can potentially forgive you for, someone or for some transgression in the past. Like, you're selling hope. You're selling the idea that you might be a connection between them and something that's like unfinished business, And plus it's scummy, it's evil.
Didn't get any insight about my future. She just guessed a bunch of things about me, hoping I would say yes, but they were all wrong. I'm gonna read some of the things.
So it was a bad cold reading. They're not good at what they think they're good at. Not every reading is a hit. I just happen to be like good at deflecting responsibility. So when I do a reading, it's always correct, always 100%. So I don't worry about it, but maybe that psychic does. Because I'm psychic, right? I hate physics, but my brain has no spirituality, so I don't know where the line is drawn. At what we can prove?
Do you have a cat? I said no.
Do you have a
pets?
cat?
No.
So I was at the state fair and got a psychic reading from someone in a tent, and they started out the session by saying, "Do you have a cat?" Christ. So I'm I'm guessing that she was just being really difficult. Why would you then, like, I don't know, why would you descend into, do you have a cat?
Do you have a male that you were very close to that passed away? It was like very hard for you? No. Then she was like asking me more questions about my life, like not looking at the cards. She also pulled like 30 cards. I don't think that's normal. Like, she pulled half the deck. Then like she's asking about my life. She finds out I have a boyfriend, so she uses that to guess more things. She asked me, what's his zodiac sign? What's your zodiac sign? When she's looking at the cards, she goes, I see that he's very intelligent. Is he taking classes right now? Is he getting a degree?
Okay, so clearly this person was a substitute. Was like a absolute, like, did not know what they were doing and was asked to fill in for somebody else that day. And so they just, like... One of your friends' names has an A or E in it. Yep. I'm thinking of a person who may have passed within the last 3 to 15 years with first name R, J, T, C maybe, or an M. All the most common names. A J. Very unrelated
No.
music to what
She
we're
was like,
doing right
when
now,
we
but
first started seeing each other, were you not too sure about him? And I was like, no. She asked me if I have a big vacation planned. I said no. Well, I'm seeing that you're gonna have like a fun opportunity to come up, and I think you should definitely go. It's gonna be a fun trip.
yeah, I mean, she really was just trying to backtrack and redirect, and this rube was not a rube, and would not let them do the thing, I can't put on copyrighted music, just so you know. Anything that's copyrighted, I cannot put on. This is all domain free, or free domain music.
You're strong and you move on. You don't hold things, but like, so I'm like, you just said the opposite of what you just told me. And also she was like, oh, you're in the right career path. This is the career path for you. That was the closest inkling to insight about the future. But then a few minutes later, she pulls another card and she's like, yeah, so I'm seeing that like you could try different options for a job, like maybe teaching, social work, like you can try a different job. Maybe you'll go back to school and get a master's degree, and that way you can help more people. And I already have a master's degree. So basically, she just told me things I already know, like the things she...
Yeah, again, for psychics, it's... I mean, I don't think that you're supposed to be able to tell the future. I think that's a misconception. I think you're supposed to be able to extrapolate what might happen in the future if you're able to get a good reading on the person. But again, it's all scams. So like, how do you pick out what's supposed to be like the most possible believable thing versus what's clearly fake? And it's obvious that if a person is going to just be like bombarding you with questions, that they probably don't know what they're doing. It really is just entertainment, I think, in that setting. But if you like called someone and paid like hundreds of dollars and stuff, and then you like went and did this thing, then Psychic K? No, don't know what that is. I am an American, so if that's outside of this country, then I don't know what it is. But yeah, I think if you actually went to a place to get this done, like a lot of these people don't put a lot of effort into it. A lot of these people just have a table set up at craft fairs and flea markets. Like they really aren't going out and like buying a bunch of equipment so they can research people. They're not upgrading their like computers and shit. Like they make $35 a pop for the most part. You know, like it's not lucrative scamming people unless you have enough power that you're running the country. Then you can just scam people for like billions. Have you watched the show The Mentalist? No, I have not. I also don't like network stuff, you know. I'm not a big fan of network programming. I actually haven't had basic cable. Is that still basic cable? For gosh, damn near 20 years now.
Wasn't guessing were very general statements saying like, "Oh, you're a nice person.
Well, this
you're
is
smart. You're
that's
empathetic,
just
you're
cold
emotional."
readings.
But at this
Fortune
point, she
telling.
already knew that I was a
In
Cancer
general.
zodiac sign. So she's just saying quality.
Hey, Helmet, I am not feeling better, but I am recovering. So that's what's important.
That a Cancer has, and guessing it about myself.
Well, I mean, there are no real good psychic shows because psychics aren't a thing. It's just going to look like cold reading to me, and I'm going to be bored. I've seen Psych, but and he's pretending to be psychic. Right? Doing what I'm doing, basically, which is you're wading into the demon's den to sup from his table. But you do not give the demon any quarter. Why am I descending into this? Don't know why I'm putting a character on it. There are no good psychic shows. Bro with no ball knowledge? Of ball? Basketball? What I mean to say, or what I meant to say, is that I don't, and plus, taste is subjective, you asshole. I don't like a lot of the psychic shows. Find those shows boring because they try to sensationalize it like, oh, there's a spark that maybe psychic people do exist. And plus, network shows, they're all just badly written. I don't actually watch TV. I missed the boat on quite a lot. Except for young fam speak. I'm a baddie. I'm a baddie. I think that's a thing. 6'7". You do that. 6'7". I did it. Did I do it right? I did it right. I think I did it right. Which I don't know why we're just saying numbers now. Is this really what meme culture has descended into? Meme number 12, 13, 12. Ha 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 ha. I will reply with meme number 65J82. Ha 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 ha. You troll.
I hope you are ready to relocate because I'm saying that.
Gosh darn it, I didn't even update my visa. Success through creative expression. So if you're dropping your video at a certain time of year and you're not really talking to anyone specifically, it's very, very easy to just say anything that happens commonly that time of year. Let's say you've got, I don't know, a sister or a kid who's like going into a new season in school, like it's their new school year, yay. Well, okay, I know that people are going to be moving, right? Because the college semester starts soon. So I know that people are going to be moving into the area. And since I'll tag the area, it'll really hit those people who are considering moving or who are moving into the area. So, you know, it'll be great for them psychic predictions. Like going to school?
Magnetic attraction towards a certain place or towards a certain location.
Oh, like where you're going to school or where you're moving?
A lot of good luck, or
like where you're going to school, where you're getting an education, you're going to get smarter?
maybe you feel like you're just energetically aligned with this place. Now, there's something here about that being your
Because you're moving away, because maybe your kids are going to college or something like that?
yeah, okay? So someone's going to see something that you do on social media.
Yeah, it's not super common that a person browsing TikTok might also be a TikToker. Yeah, so not common. So not a thing that fellow content creators do, is check out content creators all day long. No, absolutely not. Come on. Fun fact, this kind of demographic-based targeting is what tech companies like Google's use for targeted ads. This is how they built those algorithms. I recommend his song Charlie. Well, let's look at the lyrics here. What's his name? Tom McDonald. Oh, Charlie Kirk. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. Really, woke just means that you're aware of social injustices and hope to change them. But good job perverting that into all that shit. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son who... The wife just real quickly went on tour right after he died. Made what, like $250,000 on merch sales alone? She was laughing about it. I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives that the right uses to propagandize and diminish the social standing of the left. The patriots ain't dangerous, J6. Woke people are the terrorists. No record of that. One person who was disturbed decided to kill someone. They weren't expressing an agenda other than their own. Brings a tear to your eye. Okay. Several songs in my life have made me cry, but I do not count any political propaganda among them. But you do you, I suppose. They shot and killed the father. Sent a message to Americans, they ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Bury who? You know that the right is in power here, right? Trump's admin is the one that's in power. So why do you guys always act like you're getting persecuted? That's really fucking weird. Dear Charlie, that's not very masculine. I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window, I sure hope you're looking down. So Charlie gets to be up there with Hitler and Mussolini and every Catholic pope who touched a kid. And, I mean, all the Crusaders, the Knights Templar, I mean, so all the most evil people in history you get to party with in heaven. Super cool. Super, super cool. I don't know if I'd want to party with it. I think maybe I'd prefer hell. Eternal torture, just so that I don't have to put up with listening to Hitler and all the bad people talking about how they get to be rewarded for being shitty. I don't think I'm into that. I don't think I want that. I think you know, I'm happy to not be like that. Heaven has clear windows in every bathroom so God can spy on you. Well, it's actually, the walls are clear as well. It is really just a glass house, which is very fitting, I would say. You're losing the lyrical nuance. There is no lyrical nuance. This guy is just straight up flooding you with propaganda. Where's the nuance? Is there some nuance that I'm supposed to take away from? Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. It seems like he was shot down at 31. That it seems like a woke coward took a life with a gun. And that he left behind a daughter and a son and a wife. And that he was a staunch public figure. I'm sorry, is there nuance to that? Is there more nuance I'm not picking up? Is there nuance? Is there some at the definition of what nuance means? Just a little, just, you know, for shits and giggles, right? Just for the hell of it. Well, I hope he's not in hell. If I just did, God damn it, Coffee, if I just said that I want to go to hell, I don't want to hang out with Charlie Kirk. I want him to be up in heaven because I'm not religious. So if hell happens to be real and I end up going to hell, I don't want to see Charlie fucking Kirk. Of course, that would be my personal hell. It would be one of my personal hells, being locked in a domain with any of those fucking monsters. That could be what happens. I could end up going to hell and Charlie Kirk could be fucking standing there. And the first thing he could say to me was, the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. And then I'll be like, I swear to God, if I'm dead, maybe I've died horribly, like all the flesh is ripped off of one side of my body and I've got burn scars all over, and I'm just standing there and I am like, I'm in hell. I'm like, oh, so hell's real. And then the first thing I hear is the Civil Rights Act was our biggest mistake. I'm just going to go like this. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I feel like we need to start figuring out new pillars of society to start hinging our beliefs upon. And I did mean to say beliefs as a joke, but it sounds like it was a mistake. It's all boring. Nothing can be determined with philosophy that you can't also either debunk with philosophy or with science or prove with science. It's boring. I don't like it. Or at least not in terms of like stuff that's like trying to reinforce things that are debunked, like God. Like if you try to use philosophy to prove God, that's a red flag to me. I don't care about philosophy, It just has no impact on my daily life.
A heads up, a leg up.
People did that out of an abundance of free time. And it didn't really prove much, right? Astrology, divination, mysticism, ritualism, paganism, all of those things came out of an abundance of boredom, all right? And an inability to explain the mysteries, of the universe. So it's largely, I would say, unhelpful. But you do you, man. More than welcome. Philosophy didn't prove much. Oh my lord, have you heard of Plato? Yeah, I have. I didn't say that philosophy never proved anything. I'm saying that in the modern discourse, philosophy can either prove or disprove whatever the fuck you want it to. And so therefore, I don't think it's very useful these days, during our lives, in reality, to concentrate on philosophy.
Return on an investment, you might even just get lucky with something.
Oh, so in general, you're just going to be fortunate and you're going to have a windfall of cash. Gosh, I feel like perhaps that's something I might have heard one or about a million times already.
Where's Nancy Guthrie? Ask her family because they're playing some games. I mean, come on. Where is she?
So this is kind of what I was talking about. If you were asking before what's bad with psychic quackery, this is what's bad with it. This person is claiming to be a psychic, and now she's speaking on a missing person, and she's adding to the chaos by claiming to know any intimate details. This is evil. This is objectively evil.
Where isn't she? They know where she is. She's already been found, and they're doing something else with it. And I don't know what, and I can't.
Right, so if she uses nebulous language to describe a person having been fucking dismembered, and then she's like using other words for the body, maybe that's like a surface level, like, oh, I'm trying to make myself sound more professional or something, but she's being fucking crazy right now. Oh, that woman's chopped into little pieces. Oh, she's just spread all around. Where isn't she? Like she's fucking spilling tea with her goddamn neighbor.
I can't speak to that. I can't speak to it. So I said she's deceased. She's been deceased since like day 3. 1, 2, 3.
You don't know that.
48 hours after she left. And they all know it. Okay? Everybody knows it. They just don't know where the she is, and they're trying not to tell the person who did it.
What does any of this mean? What is crams, Jay? I don't like Charlie Kirk. That was a joke. Yeah, I mean, you went on a while about it. The thing is, you can't troll trolling is not very effective in a channel that has no viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no status quo to reference, so I have no way to tell if somebody's being honest or trolling. See what I'm saying? So I mean, I would say, like, if you're gonna do that, then you got to pick a channel where everyone's gonna pile on you for saying that, you know, as opposed to just, hey, random creator, we are Charlie Kirk.
They don't know how to be around you. When they are with you, they feel like they're at lost at words.
Oh, now you're gonna shuffle the cards. Okay,
This person does
so
feel
you've
like you and them have something that's
you've
very
started your
special,
reading before
but they
you've
don't know how to express it.
shuffled your
And I
cards.
have a very strong feeling this person is someone that you're meant to be.
Why
with.
you
I'm picking
why
up
do you
on
keep
a
doing
very
this?
strong
Stop
soulmate
shuffling the
connection.
cards.
Now, before I continue on, I do want to share some details about you and this person, just to give you a confirmation that this message was truly for you. Number one, I am seeing that either you or this person is a Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, or
Let me just go ahead and say half of them, so I at least have a 50-50 chance. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I thought it was obvious. I put like 29 car emojis in all those. You have heard me say that I spend almost no time online. And you think that I'm supposed to know what a car emoji means? You gotta feed me information. Otherwise, I'm...
and picking up on the initials R, C, A, M, S, and J. I mean, like, wow.
Right, okay. So, all the most common ones, as I said before. And then, you know, let me just pick 5. I gotta put 5 just because if I put 6, they're gonna know. If I put 6, they're gonna absolutely know that I just wanted to have 50-50 shot. So I gotta at least give myself a little bit of a handicap while I'm putting way too fucking much rouge on my goddamn cheeks. Maybe learn how to do your own makeup and tan. Holy shit. Before you start giving psychic advice. This is what Tammy Faye Baker looked like. Let me see, watch. This is so mean. This is so mean. Ah! Ah! God! Ah! Jesus! Learn how to wear makeup. Why are these shades all wrong for you? Why did you pick the most wrong shades? And do you put foundation on your neck?
Person is
Now, I hate to make aspersions based solely on somebody's looks, but this... Who taught you? Who taught you? Was it an Armenian grandmother? Don't critique her rouge. That's the outcome of society. That's the outcome of a society that's messed up. Misapplying rouge is the outcome of, is one of the moral failings you were talking about when we don't have God. That's one of the moral failings. That when somebody doesn't apply rouge correctly or use a tone that's correct for their skin. That's what is a failing of society. Okay. Interesting.
But
ban this idiot.
this person is
Dude,
not
your
regretting
username says that you should be
They
banned.
are trying to replace you or do anything they can to get over you, but they just realize that there
Oh,
is no one
Jesus.
else like you.
Says
They
the guy
have
with
you
this
really
username.
This person knows they have messed up in this connection, and now they're wanting to make things right. They want to
What
apologize.
is this chaos? The guy... If the guy saying Hitler was right says you should be banned, maybe that's canon. Maybe you really should be banned. My handle was auto-selected. Oh my god. Oh, I am literally crying. I could not have come up with a better response. I could not have written that. And I write things. Or at least I try to write things. I could not have come up with a better fucking response than my handle was auto-selected. Oh my god. See, now that is a troll. See, this is a troll. Can you please teach Coffee how to troll? Like, this is fucking god level trolling. Oh my god. Dude laughing at a neo-Nazi's jokes. Well, first of all, we don't even know who this person is. They could be a person who is part of an improv group who is doing research for a project that they're writing and may have no ties to any political or ideological set of beliefs. And they didn't make a joke that was at the expense of anybody, right? It's really the username is super offensive. And the fact that they seem to be feigning innocence by virtue of being dumb or ignorant or whatever, not perceptive enough to realize that that's the username that you're choosing, and thinking and just saying that it was auto-selected is insanely funny. And so, like, the second I see them say something Nazi-coded, it's very clearly going to result in the ban. But for now, the sheer offensive absurdity of the username telling me to ban somebody else because of how that is perceived to that person with the disgusting name, hilarious, and then saying that the handle was auto-selected is just a fucking confluence of hilarity. Alright? So forgive me for laughing at something that was funny. Humor isn't tied to political ideology. You're right. Because there have been 0 conservative comedians who have actually been funny. See, that was a... Did you like my little joke at the political ideological opposite to myself? Very educated, very smart, very chin-scratch worthy. I'm not even a troll. No, you're not yet. With some training, you could be. So just for the record, you know, if you're just joining or if you're just rejoining, tarot's not real, magic is not real. Yeah, of course. So, you know, I gotta put my contact information up there just so that you can get a hold of me totally, because I'm not gonna charge you money or anything. Okay, well, I speak very rudimentary Spanish, so I probably won't... Wait. Oh, okay. No, but I don't want to read.
Wow. We have lots of cards.
Wow. 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 Wow.
And Luna reminds me so much of that. She was just in here, but now she's downstairs. Anyways, Taurus. Okay, let's dive into this reading. We have Mercury going in the microwave this week. Okay, so hide your kids, hide your wife. All right.
What?
We have a lot of conjunctions happening to the North Node in Pisces. So there could be some fated connections, fated experiences and moments.
This started out so crazy. I don't even know what to say right now. Hang on, let me just rewind this so that you can... Okay, so that you can just see how this unfolded.
Lots of cards coming out. You know what that just reminded me of? Have you guys seen that TikTok where the cat's like, meow, 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 meow? And Luna reminds me so much of that. She was just in here, but now she's downstairs. Anyway.
Nobody cares!
Meow, meow, meow. Okay, let's dive into this reading. We have Mercury going...
An alien invasion just needs to come and wipe us all off the earth. I swear to God. If this person is charging, there's a link tree. Click here if you're ready to start reading tarot like a pro, so buy my course. Click here if you're ready to become a money magnet. Buy my course. Click here to join my email list so I can sell you shit. Click here to shop my outfits so I can sell you shit. Click here if you're ready to receive a one-on-one session so I can sell you shit. Click here to join Star Sea Academy? No. Is this a cult? Ew! Is this a cult?
Aries, it's looking like there are some toxic patterns that are coming up in your love energy that you're really trying...
Right. So, I mean, it feels very weird that people would be trying to claim that they can read entire groups of people's energies. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know where it's the feeling, so that psychologically, human beings, we feel like we have to feel special in order to feel like we have a grasp on reality, right?
Pattern, you know, like a chain that's linking you with somebody. And then I see dating, getting back out there, and a little bit of self-indulgence or self-worth card, all right? This card comes out when people...
But, no! Don't, goddamn! Oh, it pisses me off. I really honestly think that these people just went on like Etsy and bought like the preschool version of tarot cards. They don't say what they mean on the fucking cards. That's so fucking stupid. That's like, oh, I don't want to take the time to actually learn what the cards are supposed to mean. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna full send on this shit. So again, so general that it can relate to anybody. Anybody could be having these issues. Anybody. It doesn't have to just be Aries. It could be anybody.
Towards you, and gets a little more interesting in the bottom of the deck here. We're gonna dig more deeper into it, guys.
No. I don't understand where this weird mentality is coming from, where you're just supposed to like, oh yeah, it totally looks like you're gonna see some action of and it's gonna be like this, and then yeah, I'm totally, you're also gonna be self-indulgence, but also there's some chemistry to it, don't worry about that, and also some intimacy, and it's gonna be really intense, and there's gonna be so much stuff happening, and it's all gonna be great for you, and there's gonna be a windfall of cash, and it's gonna be big, and it's gonna be at least $10, it's gonna be maybe $100, and your mom's gonna come talk to you, and your dad's gonna come talk to you, and then your dead dad's gonna come talk to you, and then your grandparents are gonna come talk to you, and then the earth is gonna open up and swallow you whole, and then you're gonna end up in the underground, and you're gonna get trapped in a cave, and you're gonna drown because there's gonna be too much water, and then Hades is going to accept you into his realm, and then you're gonna learn how to fish with Hades, and then you're gonna own a boat. You guys are both gonna own a houseboat together, and then you're gonna get into a fight over crockery, and he's gonna send you back to Earth, and you're gonna wake up in your bed, and then you're gonna talk to the rest of your family. You're gonna tell them about your story, but they're not gonna believe you, and there's gonna be some confusion there because you're gonna wonder why your family doesn't believe you, and they're gonna say, well, it's because you just recounted a story like Virgil, like as if you had come to the underworld, and then you had come back to Earth, and then you had gone to hell, and then you came back from hell, and then you went back to Earth, and then you woke up in your bed, and then you went home alone, and then we left you home alone, and then we came back, and you said Merry Christmas, I love you, Mom, and then you got lost in New York, and then you got lost, and you got abducted by the same criminals, and then but it wasn't the guy with a shovel who saved you, it was fucking your own ingenuity. Like, that's not how you read tarot. You're actually making it more complicated on yourself as the scammer, which I guess is like, it lends more credibility to the scam, but at the end of the day, it's still a scam.
You can find me for personals in the link in my bio.
Right. Intuitive tarot reader really just means even bigger bullshit artist. I don't know, because that means that you're just assigning your own interpretation to the cards. Like, you're just imagining what they could be meaning. It's like if I went like this. This is divine authority. You're gonna be really generous and giving, and you're gonna have so much organization that it's gonna be crazy, and blah blah blah. If I just started making up a whole bunch of shit, not actually knowing what the Eight of Coins is about, then that's what intuitive tarot reading is. Bullshit.
Okay, 10% off if you sign up for the email list.
Oh, selling the readings. Interesting.
And urgent calls on Pop Call. All right, so now we see unconditional love, fairness in love. This is what you guys are really going after, what's coming up in this energy. And here we go, more truth and communication. The Sword in the Rose is close to like the Ace of Swords, where someone is, I just heard spill their guts. Someone's about to spill their guts. You may be getting some clarity.
So you're saying that you are suffering from a mental condition?
Revelations, and it does look like a lot of contact from someone who was in self-sabotaging energy, someone you had a lot of frustrations with, and is probably still watching you with that sunglasses card. And I do see the wedding rings and separation. Now, for some of you,
this is like a see and say, like where you have to you have to you're just, oh, I really gotta quickly look at this. Oh, it's sunglasses on a tarot deck. Sunglasses! Yeah, it's the picture of the martinis with the two straws sticking out of one glass that I'm gonna go ahead and start interpreting now. Yeah, let me look at the shrimp fucking cocktail card, and then I'll tell you what your future holds. Holy shit. Stop paying for tarot. Like, for real. Stop paying for tarot, guys. Don't do it. Just don't even do it. Just don't even think about doing it. All right? Don't pay people for tarot. It's bad. All right? Tarot's bad. People are bad. Tarot people are bad. You know what? I bet you those are sold like dog-eared and faded. Because this is like a well-made paper. Like it's thick. It's never going to be, like, I just don't think it's ever going to be dog-eared. But like, in contrast, look at the book, the interpretation, the book, like where you interpret everything. Like, that spine is well worn. That is a well-worn spine. I have cracked open this book many dozens of times. You see the contrast? But I guarantee you they sell these cards like already aged like
things of that nature.
She isn't saying anything. She's actually saying nothing about anyone. She hasn't said anything. She said like there's some confluence of things and there's all these fucking complicated concepts and words, karmic balance, cause and effect. Oh yes, definitely. Like, that's it. She didn't say anything. Can you do my reading if you don't hat me? Well, I don't know how to use hat as a verb, so I could never hat you. But yes, I can do reading. That's literally why we're here. You've been here the entire time, and this is the first time you've asked for a reading. Insane. Okay, I mean, I just need like your rough age. Makes the magic powers more accurate. All of these magic powers that I'm using. 21, alright. 21, son of a gun! Alright, well, I'm shuffling the cards. Just tell me to stop whenever you feel like you're ready for me to stop. And I will then pull some cards for you. I do 3 cards. And I'll show you exactly how we set it up when I'm done. Your 40s, you should have said that earlier. I wouldn't be doing internet lingo. You thought I was a troll. Right. Right. I said I was old. Alright, we've stopped. Shablam! Shablingo! Kablooey! Those are your 3 cards. Congratulations. Now pay me! So, here's how we set this up. The first card is the question or the intent. It's sort of, even if you may know, like, the kind of thing that you're wondering about, or the kind of thing that you have, in the back of your mind that needs to be explored, whatever you're processing, you may not be able to articulate that fully. And it could just be that you don't really know what you're worried about. That's really all this is about. It's just the first step on the journey. And it could be that you asked the deck a question. It could be that you are just walking in and you're just saying, hey, can I get a reading? None of that matters, really. What matters is what this card says. So we got to get it started. So let's get it started. Remember that song? Don't cyberbully me. All right. So what I do is I read from the book, right? And then I'll give you my own sort of interpretation of what that means. Because you already know that we're here debunking scams. So I don't need to tell you that magic is not real, or that cold reading is not a mystic thing, and that it doesn't tell the future. So, I mean, if you want me to explain all those intimate details or the thought process while I do this, feel free to ask, but we'll do that at the end anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. All right, the King of Swords has reached the height of his professional life. A powerful person of esteem, he has honed his ability to control his mind and holds all people to the highest of ideals. His brilliant intellect generates endless energy, while his reputation for fairness earns him the trust of others, especially when they are faced with difficult decisions. Though viewed as cold by some of his closest relations, this ability to forecast results in consequences far into the future and makes him an indispensable ally. If you are open to a fair decision, even if it's not in your favor, the counsel will be essential. And this is inverted, so it means, typically the opposite of whatever that blurb says. Selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, and scheming. So, the question or the intent, right? It could be that oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. So, it seems like, I don't know, really. It's kind of hard. it's at odds with its meaning, or it's at odds with the foundational meaning, which I've kind of, maybe I guess I've sort of seen this pattern with you already, you know, like it seems like you have a bit of some like self-centered quality that urges you to say things, or that urges you to go places in conversations, in social groups with people where you feel uncomfortable, where you feel as if you're an active oppression, or you feel as if you're being perceived as a threat, right? You may not see yourself that way, but others may see you that way, where because you may have an air of authority around you, you might think that you're expressing something in an air of confidence, but other people see as callous, stubbornness, or sneaky. You get what I'm saying? Like, the meaning of the King of Swords, in general, is just that they are a stalwart forger of onward progress. And this could actually be to their detriment, because if you rush headlong into something, you're very likely to encounter difficulties in the future, right? But when it's upturned, it's a bit of a self-contradiction, right? I was making a Tom McDonald joke since he was a Canuck MAGA supporter. I thought it was a one-line punchline. It wasn't a very good joke. It seemed like you were actively trying to convince me that Tom McDonald was, you know, was good. I mean, I kind of like was hoping that it was trolling, but it wasn't obvious. And it's got to be at least a little bit obvious, especially if you're the only person here, you know? Tom McDonald is famous in the new generations. You wouldn't get it because of your age. Well, yeah. I'm old. I'm an old man. So yeah, it seems like you have a loud voice and you have a lot of knowledge on things, but when you try to communicate those things, you come off as stubborn or callous or arrogant, like you know too much, you know? And I think it's really just a thing that you attribute to other people because you think they see you that way, but maybe that's not even happening at all. Let's figure that out. I bet you I'm on the right path here. Oh, the Seven of Coins. I don't know why I expressed any kind of gasp or shock there, because I don't even know what it means. Seven of Coins. All right, let's look. With dirty hands and rolled up sleeves, the farmer assesses his creation. He recalls the process that brought these seeds to maturity and the time, money, and effort it took to bring them to full growth. Your work may be nearly complete, and you desperately crave the reward, but you must still acknowledge that work well done takes time and often has its own schedule. Something in your heart tells you that your fruits have not yet fully ripened. Get it, girl. Thought you were 28 and a half. I'll take that as a compliment. Be patient and keep working. Your wait is almost over. Hard work destroyed by impatience. A failed venture. Financial casualty. Vulnerability. Well, it seems like, I don't know. It seems like you may be like a crypto kind of person. Like, do you ever engage in like get rich quick schemes or things that people call schemes? Or are you a salesman? Is sales part of your life? Because it seems like there's this man, or not, I don't want to misgender you accidentally, but there's this person who is an authority about the thing that they're selling, right? But maybe it seems hollow. Maybe it seems like hollow to you, or no, hollow to others, but not hollow to you. Does that make sense? There's a man, there's a man here centered in this air of authority, but perhaps they feel like it's a ill-gotten authority, or perhaps they see people assuming that it's an ill-gotten authority. Like maybe you got a promotion at work and people don't think that you deserved it or something, right? This is kind of like destroyed by impatience? Actually, it's more like you invested a lot of time and energy into something, and because time was growing short, you wanted to see it done, and it got done, but it was ruined because you had to rush it. So you could also be in game development. Yeah, you know, that kind of still points me back to like this idea of something temporary, or a project, or a creative venture or something, a collaboration maybe, that didn't necessarily fall apart, made it to the end, but perhaps didn't pan out, you know? Didn't pan out to you the way that it was supposed to be. Software engineering. Well, I mean, you know that can be pretty cutthroat, right? The Hermit. So hopefully it'll all make sense with the third card. If it doesn't by then, it just means it wasn't a very good reading. But let's talk about the Hermit. What are you? You're 9? The cards don't lie! The Hermit withdraws into a silent forest to completely enter the world of his heart and mind. In solitude, time slows down and he can wander freely where his soul leads. Listening clearly to the timeless voice that too often gets lost in chaotic... Oh! You're pretty... I would say that you don't want to be in leadership. Is that correct? You don't want to be in charge of things. You don't want to be turned to for advice or to help with things that other people are considering problems. In solitude, time slows down. He can wander freely where his soul leads, listening clearly to the timeless voice that too often gets lost in chaotic everyday life. Resolute and fearless, he searches for the things that hide in the shadows and the crevasses of his ego. The things that don't want to be found. Then I don't know, man. I don't know what this is trying to say. He will at times be shocked and disheartened by what he uncovers, but if he truly wants peace, he must be open to the truth he finds there. So in the end, right, we have quiet solitude, a willingness to let go of fixed views. Okay. Impatience, petulance. What was that? Impatience, petulance. I mean, this really just reads like a startup, or it reads like a failed business and then like absolution. Like, does that connect with anything? Like, it's a failed project. You're in charge of something, but you being in charge of something might have ruined that thing. I don't blame you for the bad reading since you don't have much contextual information about me. I'm sure you saw me in my mannerisms. You'd have a better way to go. I don't have a failed business. I'm highly risk averse. I don't think that you really... Hard work destroyed by impatience. A failed venture, financial casualties. So you're going to tell me that you haven't had a recent project or endeavor fail. And you're going to tell me that it didn't involve money to some extent. Or at least that's not something that's existentially on your mind right now. Well, if you say you're highly risk averse, then that's probably something that you're constantly thinking. Selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. So I mean, try to think about this as the opposite and let me know if that sounds like you at all. Or I guess I'll try to make it the opposite. Even if I have a project fail, I'm always getting that bag. Right. But, okay, does that mean that you're not listening? Was it destroyed by your impatience? And is that something that may happen again? I mean, ambition is completely different from what reality is. Sometimes we may be so gung-ho about something that we might risk it in the end by being so gung-ho about it. You know what I'm saying? This tells me that you either believe you're in a place of leadership, right? Okay, by any impatience. It just says hard work destroyed by impatience. It doesn't say whose impatience. See, I'm just trying to figure out how to pull meaning from that. And then this is the other one. Carelessness, quiet solitude, a willingness to let go of fixed views for the sake of peace, reassessment, illumination, focused attention, introspection, silence leading to clarity. You may be in a position of leadership, but you might not deserve it. Other people may realize that and don't really like you? Do you feel like your staff likes you? Because it's like selfishness, oppression, threat, callousness, stubbornness, scheming. This feels like how other people perceive you. You know, and that's a hurdle for you. But if you say you always get that bag, it might not always be a constant hurdle. You're not in a position of leadership. Then I don't know, man. School projects? Are you in college? Do you find yourself taking a leadership role in school projects? Or, again, creative endeavors? It could also be that maybe you're actively not connecting with this stuff. Okay? Perhaps. Destroyed by impatience. You don't your mind doesn't have to be spiritual. You just have to be able to recount things in your life. All you got to do is just have a mental seeking bar and just go all the way, just go back and then go forward. That's all it is. It's not spiritual at all. Not at all. It's more introspective than anything. So, let's see. Nothing at school. Do people ever call you selfish? And do people ever treat you as a threat? Or as callous? Like you don't care about things that are important? That other people think are important? No. I'm not asking you if you perceive yourself to be. I'm asking if anyone else perceives you to be selfish or a threat or callous. Has anyone in your life ever accused you of being selfish, a threat, or callous? Do you feel as though anyone in your life has ever equated you with a threat? I'm not saying, did you ever think of yourself as those things? Did anyone else ever accuse you of being those things? That's what this is. It's not saying that you are any of those things. It's saying that the people around you believe that you are those things. Nobody sees me as selfish ever. Then you're just no-butting, dude. Do you know what that is? Do you know what yes-anding is? You're really just no-butting. You're never seen as a threat, but you always get that bag because your projects always succeed? Now you're contradicting yourself. People would absolutely see that as a threat. I'm telling you, the cards don't lie. It's not spiritual. It's just statistical analysis and pattern recognition. That's all it is. It's basic perception. Everyone has been selfish at one time or another. You're not... Helmet, don't help him! I'm never seen as a threat. How do you fucking know that? How do you know that every single person who's ever interacted with you never sees you as a threat? I honestly cannot remember ever being called selfish, I swear. I'm gonna call bullshit on that, dude. In 21 years, nobody's ever called you selfish? That's fucking bullshit. See, like, you gotta do these readings in good faith, man. Like, you can't just, like, say no but. Clearly, you think that you deserve to be big and bad and the best and the alpha male. And your hurdle is that people aren't gonna see you that way. And the outcome means you're gonna be alone. And you like that. You like being alone. You want to be a hermit. Nobody sees me as a threat since I'm a very agreeable person, always soften my language. Then I don't know what you want from me, man. I promise you I'm not lying. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that you're probably mistaken. I can say that something's bullshit, and it could just be that you made an honest mistake and aren't remembering correctly. That's fine. I promise, I'm not accusing you of something. I'm saying that maybe you don't realize that you might not be connecting for a reason. You know what I'm saying? A better reading would be that I'm a pushover or something, or self-conscious. Not if other people don't see you that way. This is like a power grab. This is an empty shell of a person who is anachronistically given some amount of authority. Like maybe your parents wanted something for you, maybe your work wants something for you, maybe your school wants something for you, and they're shoving you into it, and you feel like you gotta play the part. But people who are around you and see you in that role are saying, maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe you have poisoned the well, and it may be good or for bad, for better or for worse, but hermetism seems to be the name of the game. But also, magic doesn't exist, and I'm just, trying to connect what I already know, the mannerisms I've seen from you thus far. I mean, yeah, you called it already. It really isn't easy to get a read on someone just from their age. But, you know, these things have been pretty accurate before. I'm not no-butting you. I genuinely, these don't line up for me. The Hermit lines up, but no, this is the solution. This is the outcome. If you overcome this, because you started here, you will get to this. And I don't need you to say anything, man. You don't have to, like, try and make your reality adhere to the cards. The cards are there to help you bring something that's back here up here. That's the only reason they're there. If you're not connecting with something in them, that just means that you're not currently processing whatever trauma people might associate with these. Maybe you're mentally stable. But if you're changing your circumstances and they seem somewhat self-contradictory, then I will call you out for no butting. So I mean, if you genuinely didn't connect with any of that, then fair enough. But you also might not be realizing what other people are seeing in you. You may be thinking that people aren't noticing or not perceiving of, you know, whatever it is that you might be passively communicating. But we don't always have 100% attention on the things that we're doing. You're not consciously breathing right now, but now you are. Now you are. How's that manual breathing working out for you? All right, so let's just real quick do the State of the Union reading. I said I was going to do this at the top of the stream. It is now the bottom of the stream. So we're going to do a reading for how the State of the Union's going to go. All right. So if I'm right, or if I make some decent predictions, then you have to come back and you have to get another reading, okay? So stupid. You know what? I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. A dream is developing and taking root. Oh, fuck. Already I'm upset. A dream is developing and taking root. Nazism. Sometimes. A dream is developing and taking root. Nazism. Sometimes called the Craftsman's card, the Three of Coins represents a masterful elements coming together to create. So my deck is a Nazi. My deck is clearly a Nazi. Coming together to create something unique and refined, either as a group of individuals or as characteristics within an individual. Oh, wait, no, because it's upturned. It's reversed. Inspiration, funding, and expertise are all falling into place, making the time of preparation well worth it, and success of the endeavor ensured. Oh, God. This is accurate. This is super accurate. Wasteful of resources, egotism, incompetence, mediocrity, disorganization, prioritizing profit over craftsmanship, shoddy workmanship. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. That was crazy accurate. Again, wasteful of resources, egotism, incompetence, mediocrity, disorganization, prioritizing profit over craftsmanship, shoddy workmanship. Holy shit. I didn't think it would be that accurate, but here we are. The Two of Wands represents two choices. Both of the options are sound, but you only have enough energy. Oh, like a two-party system. Holy shit. But you only have enough energy to develop one well. If you take too long to decide, you will lose the opportunity. When the Two of Wands appears in your reading, it tells you that you have enough information and that now is the time to act. Holy shit, like partisanship. Crazy. How'd it line up so good for the Big Dawn? I don't fucking know. This is how tarot works. I told you, there might be something that maybe you're not admitting to yourself about your reading. Follow your bliss, trust your instincts, and pick boldly. It is true. Did you do a dark deck or some other magic thing? It is true that you become the choices you make, but first you must make the choice. So it's not in reversal. It means a choice between equal opportunities, a shit sandwich or a douche. Boldness, great energy, imminent fulfillment, a well-balanced person. The world is in your hands. Ugh. That is the hindrance. That is the hurdle. They must overcome well-balanced people. Reading was dookie. Okay. If you say so. As the first guide on the journey to enlightenment, the magician reveals the raw symbols of the suits, the tools to which anything can be created. Wands, swords, cups, and coins. The magician advises that all new creations, if they are to succeed, require more than just skill. They require faith in the unknowable, a magical energy. He urges you to speak aloud what it is that you want, to will it into existence, releasing it from the world of mere hopes and thoughts. The magician assures that through discipline and surrender, you will become the connection between the earthly and the divine. And it is right side up. Perfect. A promising new idea or creation, willpower and discipline, taking appropriate action, possibility, imagination, self-confidence, freedom. So clearly, from the State of the Union, this is who he is, this is who the administration is bad. But their hurdle is a person who is well balanced in mind and body. I didn't mean body, I was going to say spirit, but you know what? Maybe throw in a set of abs too, alright? So I'm thinking this has to do with, like, he's going to suck at the State of the Union, and he's going to just talk about how great he is, and it's really just going to be a shit show. But if we are able to take a look at the people who are well balanced, who are reacting in a genuine fashion, who are objective, all that kind of shit, then what we may end up with, I totally forgot already, the magician, is a promising new idea or creation, maybe the inception of America 2.0, you know? Willpower and discipline, taking appropriate action, holding people accountable, perhaps? Possibility, imagination, self-confidence, and freedom. Maybe if we embrace a well-balanced leader, we might gain some freedom back. How about it? How about it? Let's see if the State of Union is as much of a shit show as the cards are saying it will be.